Привет, comrades. Steve Combe here. And look, I'm not in my car. This is not a car. See, my roommates are out, getting lunch. They phrased it as lunch, but it's like 10 o'clock at night, maybe even later, let's say. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock at night. That's not lunch. Whatever. They're getting lunch. So I'm here. So I've had an interesting time. There's been trouble with, fix the camera, with doctors, which I didn't think there would be, but basically it's a bit lot. I'm trying to think where to start. Okay, back in May, I was going to see a new doctor for my testosterone. One second, let me unlock the door for the cat. Hey, little butt. Come on. Come in. Okay. Yeah. So I was going to see a new doctor for my testosterone. I was seeing her at the student health center for my school, which basically means that it's free for students. They also do see people who are not students, but it is free for students. And, you know, she even verified this would be free, everything else. So, yeah, I'd been paying about $100 per appointment or something like that before. So this would have been, you know, big help. So I saw her, and then about a few weeks later, I received a bill, which was weird to begin with, and it said that it was $230, and they had billed my insurance, and that after insurance, I owed $113. So I went in, and I was like, you know, it's supposed to be student side, da-da. I explained what happened, you know. Secretary was like, you know, admitted, she was like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. I just thought it was that doctor. That doctor usually doesn't see students. I'm so sorry. I'll try to get this, you know. She tried and she couldn't get it changed to system. It wouldn't let her. So she said, I'll call this person and see if, you know, I can verify, you know, tell them that it was a mistake. Well, you know, she has the phone there, and the person says that, you know, they can't speak with her. It has to be me. So, okay. I talk with him. The guy is a dick in every way. Like, he's very much like, you're a moron, you know, whatever, stupid person. First, he refuses to speak to me because the patient has a female name, you know, and I have a male voice, so it's obviously not me. Even the fact that, you know, the secretary is verifying it's me, and if he took 2 seconds to look at the appointment that the fee is from, it's a testosterone transition appointment, you know, it's very obvious that I'd likely have a male voice. So it was stupid. A lot of big fuss. He finally agreed to talk to me. Even then, it seemed like he didn't really want to. And, but, you know, he basically said, he was like, well, you got blood tests done, and blood tests aren't covered by the student thing. And it was like, no, I didn't even get blood tests done. So you may be looking at my hospitalization thing. I'd been in the hospital about a few days prior to that for a concussion, and they tested, you know, everything. And I was like, you may be looking at that. I'm talking about the doctor appointment that was after that. He says, yeah, it says you got blood work done on both of them. So, and even the nurse was there, and she's like, it doesn't say that. And he's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. That's what it says. Too bad. So, you know, I was like, well, you know, can you look into that? Because, you know, the doctor even doesn't have that listed. And I know I didn't get it, maybe at the wrong page or something like that. He threw a big fit, of course, being very angry. How dare you say I was lying? And then I was like, well, you know, I'm getting nowhere with him. I'm like, can I speak to your manager? Or someone who can help me with this situation? And he just says, no. He's like, you're a moron. A manager can't explain that to you any better than I can. It's like, well, great, thanks. And they went on to tell me that since insurance had already been billed, there was nothing he could do, even if he wanted to. And I was going to have to pay the fee. Because, he's like, I can't refund insurance, so you're going to have to go ahead and pay the $113. And, so they're, obviously very upset. Even the nurse is like, what the fuck, like, this is not right. So we finally managed to get him to agree to transfer me to a manager. I'm on hold for, like, ever. And then he says, manager's not here today. I'll get him to call you back once we check your records. Da-da-da-da, and then just hung up. And I was like, okay. Dante, stop knocking over stuff. But, so then I never received another bill or got called back or anything else, so I assumed that meant it was fixed. And even the secretary said that, they hadn't contacted her for any more information, so it was done, and that was it. And I guess they reviewed the thing and noticed that they were in the wrong, and that was it. That's what I guessed. Well, then I had another doctor appointment early this month to get Adderall, as you've noticed in my earlier videos I mentioned. Well, I was told on the phone when I made the appointment it would be $50, and insurance could cover a part of that. Sometimes even all of it. So I was like, yeah, that's obviously amazing. I definitely, because I was really worried, $50 was still a lot of money, but, I had to do it. And the reason why I wanted to do it on the student side, but they told me that because it's a narcotic, it can't be done on the student side, and then I have to do it on the other side, the paid side. But since I'm a student and everything else, it'd be $50, da-da-da. I think they said it was $50 no matter what, if I was a student or otherwise. So it's like, okay, that's still a lot of money, but I need this done, so whatever. Well, I got another bill saying it was originally $230. It seems to be the, mystery number here. Insurance had paid part of it, and I owed $115. So it's like, that obviously isn't right. But when I got that bill, on the bottom of it, it also said past due, and it had that previous bill there, too, as well. And it says, both must be paid off by 11/20. So I don't know if that means November 2020 or November 20th. Because I've seen them, people do both ways, and it's weird, medical things, if it's a certain date, they usually put a year on it, simply because, it's unprofessional looking otherwise to begin with. And November 2020, makes sense, because usually you get about 4 years to pay out things off. Yeah, 3 or 4 years. That's like basic. Anything I've ever done, it's getting 3 or 4 years to pay it off. So, that was that. But I'm not really sure what's going on, obviously. I'm going to call and complain, probably. Try to get this fixed. I've contacted my lawyer who's dealing with my gender thing. And just for his opinion on it, he said he's going to talk to one of his friends who does deal with medical stuff. And see her opinion on it. I really don't want to take them to court over this. Mostly because lawyer fees are about $800-something. And, they're only billing me like $200-something. So it wouldn't be worth it in the end. But I definitely should not be paying these things, obviously. They were in the wrong, so they should fix it. So that's that. But another thing that sucks is that I had to go back to the doctors on the student side for when I was really sick on Thursday. And I haven't got a bill for that yet, but I guess it may take a few weeks and I may get billed. Even though it is student side and student pay, kind of weird with that. But I saw a doctor who, oh my gosh, I don't know if she's dumb or hates her job, or didn't want to deal with the trans person. All three are possible. But I think I have. I think I have strep, and she's being really nice about it. I think that she does the mouth swab thing and says, "I'll go get this tested." Actually, no, it was the nurse that did that. They were being really nice about it and said, "I'll go get this tested. It should be about 5 minutes. The doctor will give you the results." So I saw the doctor for maybe like a total of 5 minutes, my entire like hour appointment. The doctor come in, basically said, hey, you don't have strep, but I'm gonna give you this prescription for like a generalized antibiotic. It'll either help or do nothing, Fill it if you want. I don't care. I'm sending it to your thing. So it's like, okay. And I mean, they said it will help or not, but it won't harm me. So I was like, well, I feel like absolute shit, so I guess I'll go. So I didn't have strep like I thought. But they did say that they would, as protocol, send my results to the lab, where it takes 2 business days. They let it culture and see what forms and stuff like that. And then they send it back. And then I would get my results. So I got called today, Monday. And the thing says that I very much have strep. In fact, it was so obviously strep when it came in that they didn't even need to let it culture. It was very obviously strep. They still did it, of course. They followed the procedures and everything, but they're like, it's obviously strep. Anyone could see that. It was very, very obviously strep. So, I don't know who ran the test, if it really was the nurse or if it was the doctor. But whoever did it fucked up. Either that or the machine read it wrong, which, if it was so obvious, then it probably didn't. So, I was on meds that I didn't need, that were, yeah, I'd say they're expensive in a way. And that it's like, I think I paid about $10 for them. Which, for 10 pills, for 10, it's a lot of money. It's $1 a pill. And they were those huge pills I told you about. Also, actually, it was more than 10 pills. It was 2 weeks worth, and there were 2 pills a day. So, I mean, it was a little bit there, but my body built an addiction to them, at however small it might have been. So I'm having withdrawal stuff. I'm feeling like absolute shit. And before I was feeling really good. I was like, I don't really need new meds. I feel great. But okay, since you said that, I have strep now and the old meds won't do anything to help, then okay. So I figured I'd go get them anyway, and they end up being about $3, which, more money, especially as I only had $3 in my bank account, so big old zero now. Yay! But they were, like that, and so yeah, basically, I'm waiting until tomorrow to start the new antibiotic, letting this one get out of my system, everything else. I'm feeling worse as the day goes on. My teeth started hurting again. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, I did mention it. The extreme teeth pain, well, the antibiotic had stopped that for the most part, so I guess it was helping. It was healing the teeth pain, the infected gums or whatever, so I guess I probably could continue it, though I wouldn't want to do 2 at the same time. So with all this pain, I ended up making an appointment for Friday to go see the dentist. They said first appointment's free, and they accept my insurance, possibly. That's a little iffy thing there, which is another medical thing I hate so much. Online, they said that they accept Delta Dental of Texas. And it's like, okay. I have Delta Dental, but it's through Walmart. Like Blue Cross Blue Shield will give out. It's kind of like, it'll be like, this for insurance, this for this, this for this. It's kind of like an overview thing. And its job is to find places that give them cheap insurance to give to you. It's a weird thing, but employees of Walmart qualify for it. And my dad works at Walmart, so I get it through him. And it says Delta Dental. But my dad doesn't live in Texas. He lives in Oklahoma. And it's Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arkansas. And it doesn't say what state the Delta is. So, is it Arkansas Delta? Is it Oklahoma Delta? Is it Delta of Texas? You know, like, I don't know if this is actually the right insurance. So, I'm definitely going to ask about that when I get there. But I figured, you know, first visit's free anyway. Doesn't hurt. At least figure out what the fuck's wrong with my mouth. I haven't been to a dentist in over 4 years, you know, so figure that out. But, also, my meds are gonna fucking kill me. The medicine I got for strep, I haven't taken yet, but the warnings on it were insane. And, you know, I don't really read the warnings on the back of, like, labels like that. I don't really care that much unless I'm being bored. Or I feel really sick and I want to figure out if it's possible that this caused it, then I'll look up to it. But, you know, I don't really look at it. The pharmacist was telling me little warnings about it, things like that. Because I didn't even know what medicine they sent in. They just said, we sent one in for you. And it's like, oh, that helps. No other description, we sent something in for you. It's like, okay. But they said that this medicine will make cause the body to basically sweat out toxins. You know, make you feel better. So it's like, oh, okay, I'll be sweaty. That sucks. It'll also cause extreme dehydration. Likely due to all the sweat. So it means I'll be, like, living off water bottles and Gatorades and stuff. Which I hate Gatorade so much, but it works when you're sick. It also causes rash. Which probably is due to all the sweat and stuff, you know, and friction from moving in general, and it's and it causes you to be sensitive to sunlight, which was like, what? You will burn a lot easier, according to the pharmacist, and that anytime the sun is out, I need to be wearing sunscreen, and that goes for even if I am inside, and the sun, because the sun can peek through the window. So it sounds a little crazy. I'm not going to do that, which means I may regret it. I don't know. The odds of, I mean, like, I don't know how often these symptoms occur, but you seem to really want to explain them to me. And I was like, that's weird, but okay. What am I getting myself into? Like, how bad is this medicine, you know? I don't know yet. But the hope is that, you know, it gets the job done. I don't feel sick very much. My mouth hurts, but I'm sure that's probably due to the sheer fact that, you know, my wisdom teeth and everything else are coming in, and I'm sure that I have a lot of dental issues that I'm going to get worked out Friday. So I don't want to, I'm very kind of iffy about taking the meds. I know I should, but it's like my throat doesn't hurt anymore, you know? It went away, and I read online that strep, you know, usually typically goes away within 3 to 5 days, or at least you stop experiencing symptoms within that time, but you're still contagious for 2 to 3 weeks. Like, it was that's what they said online. I don't know how true that is, but I'm like, I don't feel sick. People have been eating after me. I've been eating after people. They don't feel sick either. Well, yeah, I was doing that because I was told I didn't have strep, so I was like, oh, no worry, I can still, you know, share food with my friends and stuff. We also didn't think about it, you know, we started sharing food, and then halfway through, they're like, I just realized I ate after you, and you're sick. But again, I didn't feel sick, you know, it was more of, I felt really bad until I got the antibiotics, and I was like, you know, I don't feel sick at all, it's whatever. And I just didn't feel sick, so, you know, whatever, but I got put on the antibiotics and all that. So, I don't know, I'm kind of iffy about taking them. I know that you probably should take whatever medicine's prescribed to you, but I don't really think that doctor is smart. I don't want to sound mean, but I don't really trust her judgment here in giving me medication. You know. And maybe she just had a bad day. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't her that read it, but it just... It seems very off. Like, maybe I should avoid this person. You know, not do business with them in the future. And then if I end up getting billed for this, I'll be insanely angry, since I didn't even see a doctor who dealt with other people other than students, you know. They're going to be like, oh, bill you for the test. No, I would hate that. But, you know, so it's very, very stupid. And I obviously have strep, they said. So, you know. That sucks. Now, what happened over the weekend? I will talk about in my next video. I think I mentioned that I would talk about it later, and I will. Kind of iffy about posting it at all, because it was a lot of issues with my roommates, and I mean a lot of issues with my roommates. To the point that I just want to strangle people. But I know that, again, they watch my videos, and then they throw a big fit when they notice I talk about something bad about them, etc., etc. It just ends up being a very hostile environment. I definitely can't wait to find a place to move. But I don't want to get into on that, as much as I would love to have the therapy to talking about this, you know, because you guys do help calm me down. I can speak my problems, things like that, and get support. Or even if you don't comment or anything, it just makes me feel good to be able to talk to someone, you know, even if it's not really anyone watching. I would love to do that, but I don't want to cause issues again. Anyway, I guess I could just record a video myself or something. I don't know. But whatever. I'm gonna make a separate video about my weekend. So, TF Calm, signing off. Bye.